Ever wonder why some donors seem to vanish into thin air? You know, those once passionate supporters who have now ghosted? Well, they can be a goldmine if you know how to reconnect with them. So today we're diving into a topic every nonprofit faces, and that's re-engaging lapsed donors. Creating a lapsed donor campaign can be intimidating. I mean, they did stop donating for a reason, but at the end of the day, these are people who have already shown an interest in your cause. Reconnecting with them is often easier and more cost-effective than finding new donors. Plus, reigniting their passion can often lead to a more substantial support. Now, before we dive in, we have to qualify what are lapsed donors. And simply put, they are donors who have made contributions but haven't made a gift in a while. Typically 16 to 24 months. They supported you in the past but have since gone quiet. Now, why do donors lapse? It's important that we understand these reasons so we can address them when we launch our re-engagement campaign and work towards not making the same mistake twice. So here are a few common reasons, like lack of communication. Sometimes donors just haven't heard from you in a while and feel disconnected. I'm shocked by how many nonprofits don't properly utilize their email database. Another reason could be a change in personal interests or priorities. They might no longer feel as passionate about your cause, and a robust email strategy can help you keep their passion alive by regularly sharing engaging stories and updates that reignites their interest and reminds them why they started to support you in the first place. Financial constraints is another significant factor, especially these days. Life happens and donors may face financial challenges that prevent them from contributing. It's important to stay in communication with them, and when their circumstances improve, they'll remember your impact. Additionally, running mini campaigns for smaller donations like $1 to $5 can provide them with a way to stay involved and make a difference within their means. And over-solicitation is a big one. Constant requests for donations can lead to donor fatigue, making them feel like a bank machine and less inclined to give. And unaddressed concerns. Maybe they had a negative experience or they have feedback that wasn't acknowledged. I donate my YouTube proceeds back to nonprofits, and once again, I am shocked by how many of my donations aren't acknowledged. I might get that generic thank you email from an online system, but nothing else. Certainly no reports on the use of funds or stories from beneficiaries. These things are so important and easy to automate. Now that we know some of the reasons they may have stopped donating, let's talk data. Analyzing donor data is crucial for identifying lapsed donors and for understanding your donor base. By diving into the numbers, you can identify trends and patterns and insights that will help you understand a little bit about their history and then craft an effective re-engagement strategy. So how do you identify lapsed donors? Your CRM or donor management system is your best friend. Most CRMs have a built-in tool that will allow you to track donor activity and identify those who haven't donated in a while. Look for features that allow you to filter donations based on the number of donations and their last donation date. You can also look at how they've interacted with your organization. So beyond donations, events attended, emails opened, volunteer activities, and so on. I typically like to look for donors who have contributed for a couple of years but then suddenly stopped donating and haven't donated within the last 2 years. And once you pull your list for lapsed donors, you can begin to segment based on that past behavior and engagement. Not all lapsed donors are the same. Some might have donated once while others were regular contributors. But by grouping them into different segments, you can tailor your approach to each group, making your re-engagement efforts more targeted and effective. Now let's get into some effective communications tactics for re-engaging lapsed donors. One of my favorite tools for understanding why donors stop giving and for re-engaging them is donor surveys. I love sending out a brief survey via email, text message, mail, or even a good old-fashioned phone call, giving donors the chance to share their reasons directly with me. When I first reach out, my goal isn't to ask for another donation. I want to understand why they stopped donating and how we can improve. This is a fantastic opportunity to get honest feedback straight from the source. Plus, it shows donors that their opinions matter and they are genuinely cared about. A well-crafted donor survey can provide invaluable insights and help us improve our approach, strengthen our relationships, and ultimately make our nonprofit even stronger. And who knows, Sometimes just asking for feedback can rekindle their interest and bring them back on board. Now, once I've established a meaningful connection with my lapsed donor, I like to follow up with personalized news, stories, or impact reports sent via email or mail. Personalization is crucial here. If they stopped donating 2 years ago, I make a point to update them on the specific impact their donation made back then. This helps them see the tangible difference their support created. I also include current updates that highlight our ongoing work of our organization. And by sharing these meaningful narratives, I aim to rekindle their interest and remind them of the positive change that they've already contributed to. Additionally, I might subtly mention our current needs, weaving this information naturally into the update without making a direct appeal. This approach is often referred to as a soft ask. It's a gentle way of letting them know how they can contribute to help, should they feel inspired to do so without any pressure. This strategy not only keeps donors informed and engaged, but also makes them feel valued and appreciated, increasing the likelihood of them renewing their support. And lastly, we need to talk about tracking and measuring the success of our re-engagement efforts. This is the numbers part. It's where most people stop watching, but it's essential to know what's working and what's not so you can adjust your strategy as needed. So here's some key metrics you should monitor, and that's response rates. Track how many lapsed donors are opening your emails, clicking on the links, or responding to your direct mail and phone calls. And then reactivation rates. Measure the number of lapsed donors who have started donating again after your re-engagement campaign. And donation amounts. Look at the total amount donated by re-engaged donors and compare it to their past contributions or the contributions of regular donors. So thanks for sticking with us. And here's something special for you. If you're a registered nonprofit in the US or in Canada, we'd love to help you. So visit our website and book a complimentary coaching session. We're here to support you in reaching your fundraising goals and making a greater impact. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more nonprofit fundraising tips and insights. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next week.